Hello everyone. It is New Year's Eve where I am. So I am getting to do a little crafting, and it's sort of raining, trying really hard to snow. We saw a little bit of snow flurries mixed in with the rain, so I really want it to snow. So I am going to do a snow page today. And I want to thank you for being here with me. This is Cindy from Moonfire Studios, and I'm working on the Winter Junk Journal. And we're using primarily Rickety Snippets pages and printouts. And I've got a couple different ones here. Christmas trees at night. And these top two are actually printed on some cut down vintage jumbo ledger pages. You can see the back. And you can see the lines and the miscellaneous information title on them, which I think is kind of neat and cool looking. And then also I've got pardon my voice if it wants to go out. There's some lanterns and some Christmas background pages that she's got also. These look a little subdued on mine because they are on 70-pound text weight, and this is like a cotton fiber paper. It has little blue fiber inclusions in it, so they're not as bright and vibrant as they would be if you used photo paper, like matte photo paper would be really cool, but I like the toned down style of these ones. So, but they are absolutely gorgeous pages. And I've printed a few that I think I might want to use for my snow page. And I've also got Crafter's Companion glittering snowflakes in 6x6. So I'm not sure if I want to use any of these or which ones I want to use. There's the Let It Snow, that's really pretty. And I like the snowflakes falling. So we're going to make a little shaker card today to put in to the journal. I've also got some really pretty vellum that has these little iridescent speck inclusions in it. I'm not sure if I want to use that or not. And then I've got the handy dandy snowflake stencil. Snow is Falling, also from Glittering Snowflakes. These are all from the Glittering Snowflakes Crafter's Companion collection. And this is the die that I want to use to make the shaker card with, to make the front part. And then I've got, I don't know if I'll use them all, but there's some stamps and some die cuts and some more stamps and a flurry topper die. That would be neat for a little tuck spot. So I think we'll just go ahead and see what we can do here. And oh, this tin was one of my Christmas presents from the hubby. I really love it. It's so cool. I put my sparkly yarn in there because I was afraid I would get it all tangled up, but I want to try to include, this has really pretty winter colors in it to me, so I want to try to include that in the page. So I put that in here in hopes that I wouldn't drop it or snag it and get it all untangled, or not untangled, all tangled up. So let's figure out which page we would like to put the the shaker element on. We've got, there's our front page and gingerbread house. There's that pretty, I thought about doing a, like a Father Time page for New Year's, but I think I might incorporate that in a little different spot. And I just didn't feel like doing that today. I really wanted snow. So let's see. This seems like a neat place to put the snowfall. There's the center spread. Or we could put it here. Okay, this one has this big frame cutout. And I realized after I printed my pages that I put them all on text weight, so I might have to back the front and back side for the snowflake with cardstock, because I want it to be, oh, that's kind of a nice size right there. Get 2 of those. And let's see, which one do I want to start with? The shaker first, or do I want to start with the background page? I think I'll start with the shaker first this time. So let's build that. And let's see, which do I want for the background and what do I want for, I think I would like this for the background because it's very winter snowy. So that goes nicely with those. That goes nicely with those snowflakes. So I might put half on there and the other half on here. And then I think this for behind the snowflake cutout would be pretty. And well, if I put that on top of it, you can't really see it that well, can you? So I might just stick with clear acetate for the front. Okay, so that's for the back, and then over top, I think I like this one. So if we cut this out and put that over top of that, I think that might do pretty nicely. So I'm just going to adhere these two. I'm going to put this one on this cardstock, and this is just 80-pound regular white, and put this one on this one, on this piece, and then I will only run the top one through the die cut machine. So you want to make sure that you put this one where you want your snowflake to be. Try to make sure that it's centered on there. You can always cut your snowflake out of this top piece and then attach it to the white cardstock, and then just relay this on top of this that's cut out to cut out the cardstock part. But I'm just going to go ahead and do it all in one pass. Okay, I've gone ahead and put my little mat down so I don't get glue on my island table, and I'm using a little spreader to make sure that the glue lays flat and there are no air bubbles in it, and it goes all the way out to the end. So here we go. And what are you guys doing on your New Year's Eve, or what have you done on your New Year's Eve, depending on when I can get this edited and up? And also, are you in the future? Am I in the past? Am I now in the future and you're in the past, or are we all caught up? Let me know what you will do or what you want to do. Oh, I've gone a little cattywampus there. I think it's because I cut my paper with scissors, so it's not very straight on one edge. But that's okay. Alright, so there's that one. And I'll let that dry before I run it through the machine. And like I said, this is going to be the top one. And we will just, I've lost my scissors. I haven't lost them, I've misplaced them. So we'll just use the paper trimmer and trim the edges down. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'll make it different when when I get it all going to be assembled. I might just sort of tear these sides off. I think that might give a neat effect to the sides of our shaker. And this neat little page number strip is kind of cool. Put that aside. Maybe we can do something with that later on, or on this page even. And definitely save that piece. That's a really cool piece. So we look like that. And try to get this extra glue off of here. Well, I'll just trim that so there's no glue poking out to get sticky in our machines. There. Okay. Now, oh, thank you. There we go. I will just repeat this process with this one, and I'll be right back, guys, after I cut this piece out. I think right about there would be really pretty, and then you'll see this section behind it, hopefully. Be right back. Alrighty, also another trick if you are having difficulties or you don't have a scraper but you do have a die cut machine, you can just run this straight through your die cut machine and it'll apply even pressure, and it will make sure that your glue seats firmly. So that, and if you have hand issues, you don't have to rub it or anything. You can just run it through your machine and that will adhere it nicely. So we've made our front opening, and here is our gorgeous snowflake that we've cut out. Okay, I hope you can see that. It's really pretty. Figure out something cool to do with that. Maybe on a different page. Maybe on this page. I don't know yet. So what we want to do Now, do we like how that looks? First of all. And remember, there'll be some space in between there. And it also helps if I have my papers right side up, both of them. That makes it look a little better. So I think I really like that. And we can trim things down if we want. We can round corners if we want them to be rounded. Do we? I don't know. Let's see. Sure, why not? So did you guys get anything cool for your holidays? Unless your holidays are not over with or haven't begun yet. Let me know what your favorite part was, or if you got a favorite goodie. And I'm going to trim up this bottom piece, and I don't mind. I kind of like the bottoms to be slightly smaller than the top part because it helps hide the seams and you don't notice the foam tape on the inside so much. Okay, and oh, we need a piece of acetate for the inside here, but first I think I want to add a little extra to the edges. So do we want gold or silver? I think silver would look pretty, but let's take our page and see how things look with that. No, I'm not so sure I like that as the background now. Shoot. Because I want to make this to where it kind of sort of attaches in there, but that you can pick it up and shake it. Well, I think we might not have this background. Okay, let's rethink. I did make this for a background, but I don't know if that's too many Christmas tree things. Maybe just because this is rather busy now. So maybe just put this in a plain, ooh, that's, I think I'll do that. Which side do I want you on now? This side or this side? I think I might save this for, what if we do that on the opposite page? Will that bother it? Let's try something. Oh, ripped off too much. Shoot. have no idea what I'm doing. So, hopefully, excuse me, hopefully you guys can grin and bear along with me. If you're just watching, having a nice quiet evening of crafting and enjoying the peacefulness. That's exactly what I'm doing. And hopefully what comes out makes sense. We'll just tear this. Oops. Haha. And I hope you don't mind some silence sometimes, because I'm trying to think ahead while I'm still doing for you, so that there's not a whole bunch of cuts. And what is she doing in there? Okay. I love these pages, and I always am like, I don't want to tear it, but then I go and tear it. And let's see what we can make of them. That's kind of cool. Now, do we like that next to that? Or, since this looked so nice on here, oh, I think that looks better. What do you guys think? Yes, I think that looks better. So let's see. Do we want this whole thing on here? We could put that on another page. Or we could just do up this page. I am so indecisive sometimes when it comes to things for me. Oh, but that's oh, but that's rather neat over top of that. So, you know what I'm going to do here? Let's get this little edge off. And then let's just tear around this frame. And I'm going way off of the shaker card here. But I want to make sure that the page next to it isn't glaringly contrasting. It's finally getting colder here. We are in the eastern side of the U.S. So, not the East Coast, but we're a little bit in Ohio. So, I'm waiting for my snow. And for those of you that have already gotten your snow, how much have you had? I've seen a few pictures from people, and I'm really jealous. So, I want to make a snowman and have a snowball fight, and just look out the window. And how many of you actually like looking out the window and seeing the pristine white glittery snow? I like that a whole lot. So, let's just keep tearing. And I know I said I'd build the shaker part first, but at the same time, I think maybe the backgrounds are important to do alongside, so that you're happy with everything. So I'm going to put that there, and that's going to go there, and that's going to go there. I think that's pretty. Yeah, I think that is pretty. I'm not going to ink the edges, I don't think, yet. So I'm going to leave that like that. And then, now we can go on to this one. Haha. Okay, that made me really happy. Hopefully you're happy. So we'll get the acid. Oh, I wanted to edge these. I think gold would be pretty. I got a little bit of glue. There we go. Luckily it's the Faber-Tac and you can rub it off. I'm going to use some edging wax. And it is Art Alchemy metallic wax. And it's vintage gold. I really like this. It's creamy. It goes on smooth. It dries it's pretty much instantly dry. It does wash off your hands with soap and water, but I have this little eyeshadow applicator thingy that I like to use. It gets in the little places, and this way I don't mess up my hands too much. So I'm just going to dab, and you don't need a whole lot. I basically just kind of dab the top of it, and then run it along the edges. I don't know if you can see that very well. I will definitely do a close-up shot once it's all done. Now I've also gone and I've sort of blobbed it on around the exterior edges. If you feel like you have too much, if you're using an applicator, just turn it around. You can wipe it off and then put it somewhere else. And I like to, it's not necessary. Put the cap back on this guy. Apparently I like to misplace my paper towel. But I just take a little piece, and whichever side, it doesn't really matter. I try for the softer side, but I just sort of buff it and be careful around the edges, especially where the little cutouts are, that you don't accidentally pick it and bend it. We don't really want to crease. And I just very lightly, it just takes a little bit of the product off, actually less than what you think. And because most of it is actually dry, except for where I put too many blobs, but I'm not overly concerned about that. And then it just kind of helps soften it and give it more of a halo effect. If you want, you can see where this one has set longer, so it's more, a little bit more opaque than the edges, and I blobbed it more so that when I buffed it, it would create more of a soft interior. I'm not exactly sure how to describe that, but hopefully you'll be able to see it on the close-up photo. So there's that. I'm not bothering with the edges of the bottom, and you can see already how that makes that pop. You don't even have to put any acetate in there or any shaker bits if you don't want to. You can leave it just like this, and then you can turn it into a card slot or a picture frame that you can take out. You see how that's really cool. Okay, but now, and if there's any details that you want to do on this, like the lanterns, if you want to use a sparkle pen or something on them to make them, or like do a little very light yellow tint over top of them to make them look even more glowy, you can certainly do that. I don't know if I want them to be glittery or not. A good way to test it is on, let's shake it, is on a section that you're not going to see at first. So we'll put some on there. Oops. And then, oh, that's kind of nifty, huh? It really makes it pop. But I'm going to be putting snowflakes and glitter in here. So do I really need that? I don't think I need that. So I'll just wipe whatever off so I don't have to wait for it to dry. But if you weren't filling it with anything, I definitely would put a glitter pen or something over the lanterns for an extra effect. Right now, let me go get a piece of acetate. I'll be right back again. Okay, my acetate transparency film is one I usually use from Marco's Paper. It's 10 mil thick, just because I don't have any of the 3 mil, which I really like to use, but the 10 mil will, it's certainly very thick. It will help to add stability to it, even more so than the cardstock. Just trying to see if I don't have a big enough scrap piece in there, so we shall get a new piece. And let's see, I like from them because they don't have that peel off film that I can never get off without hurting part of my acetate, and that's rather annoying to me. They have tissue in between, which you can see keeps it beautiful. Also makes it easier to handle. So I will just, and this way I can show you how easy it is to cut, even the thick one. So I'm going to mark on the tissue paper where I would like to cut. And I'm going to, you don't have to take it all the way. You can just do around your cutout. But I'm going to go nearly to the edge of the cardstock because I like how it fits better with the foam tape. And I'm marking on the tissue paper so I don't have to mark on my acetate either. cutting from the top. You can cut from either side, it really doesn't matter. And I tend to leave the tissue paper on while I cut, just because it makes it easier for me to see where the acetate goes. Ta-da! And you have a really nice clean cut. There's no burrs or anything on there. I've cut this with a guillotine, with a rotary. You can cut it with the, what's it called? Whatever this type is called. But make sure you have a nice, whoops. I'm just going to wrap everything down here today. But make sure you have a nice sharp blade in there so you don't catch any snags. That's the only thing with that type of trimmer. And save your little pieces, because you never know when you'll use them. Okay. And for acetate, you can use Fabri-Tac. You can use your glue of choice. I do happen to like... Where did it go? Found it. I do like the glossy accents for acetate. Because I like how strong the bond is. However, as much as you really want to put it right up against the edges, because that's how a lot of us glue, do not do that. It flows. So I'm just going to put it sparingly around, and where it's next to the edge area, I'm just smearing it, sort of flattening it with the bottle. Because it will go that far. I'm actually putting a lot more than necessary. It looks a lot more than necessary, but I'm barely actually squeezing the bottle. So I'm just sort of where you would do dot, 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 dot. I'm just making sure to move it around. So I don't know if you can tell or see there how that is. But there you have it. Okay. And then make sure that you have your piece top side down. And I keep the tissue paper on till almost the very end, which I should probably just go ahead and take it off now. That way I can see if I get any weird smears. And then I'll put it back on so that I can do this without getting my hand oils all over the transparency. And I always go from the cutout to the outside, because you don't want to accidentally squash any glue into your opening and ruin your effect. There we go. Ta-da! I got some gold on there. I knew I would. That's alright. You're not really going to see it all that much. And see, like I said, save your tissue paper. Ooh, that might make some neat snow. Crumble it up and put some glitter dust or something on it. That'd be cool. Okay, there's that. And then the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to turn on my glue gun. Oops. And I like to make a barrier because I tend to get things stuck in the sides of my foam tape, because the sides can still be sticky and I don't really like when things get stuck. So I'm just going to take my glue gun and just sort of squiggle around the opening. I need a new glue stick. I could push it all the way in. I have no nails, as you can see today, so I feel like I really can't do things. Since this is a heavier weight, I'm not concerned with it melting from the glue either. If it were a 3 mil, I might be a little more careful. So there's that. And we'll let that cool off. And check your front. I always check the front after every stage to make sure that I didn't do anything silly. And, oh, at the end, okay. Where are my scissors? Found them. They were in a dark corner. And this is thinner than these both. So we'll save this little teeny bit for something teeny weeny. Always check if you grab your foam tape to make sure they are the same height. So, I'm going to put this around the edge first. Oops. Oh, that's really sticky. Okay. I probably might not need this on here, but I'm still going to do it anyway. Just put a few little dots to help secure the open-celled foam. Oh, I'm down to the end of this one too. Oh, you're not going to want to come off. Okay. We'll save you for one of the little cutout pieces. Okay. Okay, so I try to make things connect as best as possible so that they butt up against each other, and there are different sections just in case something gets stuck or comes out of one area so it doesn't leak out of the entire thing. And when I get closer, I make sure that the glue seals all the way up, back and forth. So now might be a good time to say, please subscribe, please like, turn on the notification bell. I'm almost to 300 subscribers, which doesn't sound like an awful lot compared to a lot of my friends. But my channel has gone a little differently than theirs. I started out as just flip throughs. Hubby got involved with doing the flip throughs because he thought they were so cool. So there are Mr. Moonfire Snarkety Productions in here as well. There's box openings, unboxings, so that you guys can see where I get my things from. There's a few product reviews here and there. So I'm not sure if maybe I just jumped around too much for people's taste. But, you know, this is how I was doing my channel, and I would like to grow, so I would like you guys to let me know what you think is a good direction for me. Should I just do tutorials? Should I do some tutorials and flip throughs and just let it be that? I know it's my channel and I can do with it what I want to, but I would like your input because I would really like to be able to grow. And if you guys don't tell me what you like, I can't make this entertaining for you, or as entertaining as it should be, I guess. Do you like more music? Do you like more where I tell you what I'm doing? So yeah, let me know what you'd like to see, because I really would like to be able to get to the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours, so that I can do live things, especially with what I'm doing now, so that if you have an immediate question, I can answer it for you. So please share, and that helps me become more visible. I would really like to be able to make this more of a living for me. So any support and help is greatly appreciated. Thank you very, very much. I always hate when there's that spiel, but it's the only way to get things noticed. What I'm doing here is making more of a tray so that things don't go way down here and get caught. And I will actually bump up this glue here as well. so that it's a little more difficult for things to hop over it. You certainly could just make a square around it and be done. That's probably the easiest way, but then I have to put a whole lot more product inside, and I tend to feel like I'm wasting it if I have to do it further away from the design. That makes sense. Hopefully it does. This will probably use a few more glue sticks, but to me the glue sticks are less expensive than the foam tape. And you don't have to go all the way to the foam tape. You can just do a build-up so that it's pretty much as high as the foam tape. Since to me, 2 glue sticks is more economical than using tons of little pieces of foam tape. Like, if you wanted to, you could probably use most of this roll on here, if not a good portion of it. That's just my opinion. Please, nobody jump all over me. I know you can get the foam tape cheaper at the hardware store. So that may help. I may do that when I'm all out here. So about 1.5 sticks. So there is that, and we'll let that cool down. Okay. Snowflakes. And do we want some beads? Yes, some beads to match. And let me see if I have any glitters. Okay, on my shelf I found a snowy white glitter. And I found some of these guys. There's holographic and some white sequins. Oh, I thought those were more white stuff. Never mind. Some of these are holographic, some are just shiny. So let's see. Are we dry? Yes. Okay. Now, the glue might feel a little tacky, but I think it'll be okay. Sometimes I'll sand over it, but I really don't feel like that today. So, let's put some sequins in. Okay, the white ones are cut open from the top. You can also dust it with some anti-static and then just brush off the residue, but I'm not really too concerned. Don't want too many silver ones. Okay, so there's those. And they'll put in a few beads. Not too many. And should we put in some holographic? These are both the same. Okay, so it doesn't matter. We'll put in a few of these little holographic ones. Maybe a couple big ones. I like these little ones. Those are cute. Okay. And then I don't want the matte ones in. So we'll put these back in here. And I'll put a little bit of this glitter in. Okay. I think that will be enough. Let me shake it around to see. Okay. Next we shall take the liners off of these. Try to scoot things back to the middle here. Alrighty, so you want to, and I should have written on the back of here which way was up. I forgot. Okay, this way is up, and then up on here is this way. Okay, just up, 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 up. Okay, and then I'm going to go around as quickly as possible so that it stays warm. And then I'm going to place this over the back. And smoosh. Okay, if you don't feel like you have a seal, take your heat gun to it and just kind of melt your glue a little bit. Overage there. And if it peeks out, just trim it off. Okay, now for the big reveal. Ta-da! Yay! And it's all stuck in and things move all around. Yippee! Here we go. Can you see? Just make sure what you put into your shaker doesn't overload it so that it won't shake. And then, ooh, that's a neat effect right there. And that it's not higher than the well that you've made for your shaker card. Now on the back of here you can put another piece of paper. You can put a piece of journaling paper. You can just ink it, whatever you like. And then you can use this to write on. So I'm going to leave mine plain for now because I haven't figured out if I want to write on it or just do something pretty. So let's get some of this excess stuff off of here. Alrighty, now here is, where's my page? And there it is. Okay, ooh. Do I like that? Not really. I think I'll put this on, well, I can always put that on something else and put, no, I want to put this somewhere else in the book. maybe back here somewhere. We'll just set that off to the side somewhere. So this page is going to be simple, and then here's our shaker. So to attach our shaker to this, we need some kind of something. Ooh, that's pretty, believe. Keep my eye on you. Let's see. I have these fishing fasteners. It doesn't, well, it makes it able to detach the shaker so that you can shake it. We just need to hook it on here. That's pretty cool. Okay, there's that one. Or have some chains, old necklaces. It's kind of nifty. We've got some fasteners. That might be a little more oomphy. Those are kind of neat. Now let's see. Now we have to make sure how far down we're going to hang. I don't really feel like cutting this. How easy is this one to open? Not that easy for me. I don't want to have to mess the page up. Okay, so we're going to use this one. And to attach it, I will need a punch or a crocodile and an eyelet or two. Okay, so crocodile. And I want to use a gold eyelet on the page. So I'm just going, what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to fold this over to double its strength. Or we can take this guy and cut one of these out. Or rip part of it for the corner. Ooh, where's that corner piece? That one I said save the page number. There it is. I think I will just, and these being upside down is not bothersome to me. So I'm just going to tear this artistically. And run a little tape runner behind it. Oh, there's still velvet in it from the front cover. Haha. Oops, I got some on the paper. It's okay, it just rubs right off. Okay, and then put that on the corner. There, now it's thicker for the eyelet to go on. I'm going to put it, where is this? This has to hook into it now. So remember, don't make it too far away. Going to put it right about here. And hopefully it's in the right spot. Now, where did I put my eyelets? There they are. Okay. There's that. Now, let's see. Put our chain through. Yay, and it fits. Okay. Now, see, if I was smart, I would have told you to poke a hole here and attach this with a brad or something, or just through. But I was not smart with that for whatever reason. However, I do have a little spot here that can go through. So let me get a hole punch, not a hole punch, a pokey tool, and we'll just open this split ring and put it right through there. Aha, this'll work. So I'm just going to punch in the corner. Would be better if I had something behind here. Let's see if this will help it. There. And I can always reinforce that later. And there, ta-da! Okay, and I don't know what I want to do with this side yet, so we'll just leave that open like that. But our shaker piece, and you can still shake it attached to the book, is all done. So voila! And let's see how we're closing. There. Nice. And then when this gets too full, we can always take our Advent folio out and put something a little in there. There we have it. I like that. I hope you guys enjoyed today. I'm going to sit here and shake this until hubby comes and gets me and goes, "I'm really hungry. Will you please come make dinner?" So until the next time, guys, craft happy. Happy New Year. And I hope you had a happy New Year's Eve. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.